Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we have our Charger Daytona EV and we're going to wash it. Now I let this car get good and dirty, right? It's late April, pollen's falling all over the place, car looks terrible, and we're going to go ahead and wash this. Now, according to the owner's manual, you can't use a pressure washer that's greater than 1200 psi to wash this car because we don't have a car wash mode in this EV. So what we're going to have to do is, I got my friend Cam. Come on in, come on over, Cam. Now Cam and my son David have known each other since high school, right? Only middle school.
Yes, Fisher Middle School, all the way from about 7th or 6th grade.
Yeah.
So at least 5 or 6 years now.
So Cam is starting his own car wash detail business called Cam's Details.
That is correct.
I'll put the name and his contact phone number down below in case you live in Mercer County and you want to have your car done. He does a great job at a very reasonable price. Plus, he's got an SRT shirt on, so he's a Mopar guy as well. So here we go. So what we're going to do is he's going to go through his process. I'm going to film parts of it for you so you can see what kind of action he's doing. And then at the end, we'll show you how it turned out. And then at the very end, we'll start it up, make sure it still works. So let's rock and roll. So Cam is starting with the wheels, and he'll do all 4 wheels first before he starts on the rest of the car. So he's soaping that one up. He's already done the one over here on the front right. Give you an idea how that baby looks here in the sun. That's more like it. Nice and clean. But this car is really dirty. I'll give you a close up what it looks like before. It is full of pollen. Gnarly. Now it's time to wet down the entire car before we put on the foam layer. And now comes the foam. We'll foam this all up. So Cam left that foam layer on for a little while. Now he's going to just wash it off, get it all off, and then he's going to put the same foam layer on a second time, let it sit a little while, and then rinse it to make sure all the contaminants are off the car and off the paint before the hand wash process begins. All right, so now the second foaming layer is going on, and basically inside this foam is just a car wash shampoo and then a protectant that is mixed in together. And this will go back on, and we'll let this layer sit here for a few minutes before it gets rinsed. So now he's just getting done putting some bug and tar remover on the spots that had the bugs on so we can get those off easily. We'll let that sit on here for a minute. All right, so now we're into the first hand wash process where he's going around with his mitt and just washing all the soap off. Again, straight lines, no swirls when you wash a car. You want to keep those lines nice and straight all the way down. And then when he gets done there, he'll go ahead and wash it off. So we're done with the hand wash, and now more foam. Now the high pressure rinse after we just foamed it up. So we foamed it, we rinsed it, we foamed it, put on bug and tar remover, then hand washed it, and now we're foaming it again after the hand wash, and now we're doing a high pressure rinse. So that is the process so far. So since this Daytona is a lease car, and frankly, I'm not going to spend $700-800 on a ceramic clear coat on this thing on a 3-year lease. We're going to try this product here. This is Q2M Wet Coat Instant Hydrophobicity Booster. So this is going to go ahead and help protect it. It lasts about 3 months, and it's much less expensive applying this to try to give your car some protection, especially this Daytona. I use it 5 days a week, and it lives outside. So we'll see how this makes everything look when he's done putting it on. So on it goes, and it's just a spray and then a rinse. So it works on glass and on the paint. As you can see, after we put that Q2M stuff on, you can see how the water is just beating up on the paint and running off rather than lying flat on the paint like it was before we put that on. So hopefully, it'll last 3 months, and then we'll put on another application in 3 months, and hopefully that's a more economical way to protect the paint and protect the finish for a car that lives outside and is on a lease. And you don't want to spend tons of money on a ceramic coat on a car you're not going to keep. Now the drying process is started with compressed air. We've hit the car with compressed air to get the water out of all the little nooks and crannies in between the panels, in between the windows, in between the weather stripping. And then he's going to hit the glass first with the cloths. All right, Cam is now all done, and boy, does this look gorgeous now. Pollen is going to be on it shortly, but I got to get these pictures. And remember the hood, how nasty it looked? Now, beautifully clean, shiny, looks wet. That diamond black crystal paint popping in the sun. Just really looks good. The wheels look killer. It looks totally sinister. Excellent job. All right, so we are all done. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous. You saw the before pictures of all the pollen. Now the paint looks wet. It looks beautiful. It looks great. So I'm very, very pleased with this. And so now, before we try to turn it on, make sure it works, Cam, how much do you get for a beautiful job like this?
Around 40-50 bucks, not too bad. You get a full outside wash, you get a decontamination of all the wheels, the paint. You also get a 2 to 3 month wet coat sealant on it that will give you some protection, some beating power, and some UV protection as well.
Fantastic. Well, I think it looks great, and I think it's a bargain at 50 bucks. So there you go, my friend. And let's start this baby up, make sure it works. But before we do that, I'm going to leave you with that as the video goes off. But you know what? In all honesty, somebody who owns one of these Daytona EVs shouldn't have to worry about whether or not this car is going to work if you take it through a car wash or if you watch it. So Dodge, do something to make sure these cars don't brick when people try to take them through a car wash, because not everybody has the time nor the money to pay someone like Cam to come do a hand wash on their car. All right, so here we go. Everything looks good. Push the brake.